And a happy Wednesday to you. The Mariners' rough road trip finally came to an end on a positive note today with a 5-2 win over Tampa Bay. Seattle fell behind early but rallied behind Raleigh to take the lead and, despite an interesting ninth inning, hang on for the win to finish the road trip 3-6.
Ground ball, that's going to be grabbed. Nobody covering first. A race to the back. Safe. And here comes the run in to score. Head first. Across the plate, and the Rays take a 1-0 lead.
Wow.
How about that?
What was Ty France doing? You know, that was a chopper that George Kirby was clearly going to glove, and there's no one at the bag. Now, he's well off the bag. He goes for, well, he went for the ball. Kirby got it. Take a look where Caballero was. He never stops.
Caballero goes. Pitch taken. First strike. Thrown on the second. Got him. Nice tag by Ryan Bliss. A great throw by Mitch Garver. Fine execution right there. The shutdown Tampa Bay here in the fifth. Nicely done all around. Swing to drive. There it goes. Way out of here. And the Mariners have the lead. Big Cal with a home run. His ninth as a left-hander. 14th overall, takes his RBI, count to 49. Hey now!
So many times if you need something clutch to happen.
Amen, brother.
Cal's right there in the middle of it. Inner half, 422 feet.
2-2 to JP. Slicing drive, get up. Yeah, it does. Garver scores, and flying right behind him is Canzone. 2-run, 2-out single, JP Crawford.
Ground ball, right side. They get one at second, throw to first. Not in time there. A run scores to make it 5-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 1 out. Tony deals. Ground ball, here we go. 6, 4, 3, rack 'em! Mariners win this game.
Manager Scott Service talked about the win and to wrap up the road trip and finally head back home.
We needed to find a way to show up today and really compete. We did that, starting with George. Thought he was outstanding. I think they hit 1 ball hard off him in 6 innings. He was on top of his game. It's exactly what you need. And we didn't have much going offensively at all. A ton of credit to Julio. A 9-pitch at back. He draws the walk. Cal gets up there, works into a good count, and then gets 1 pitch and doesn't miss it. And then the add-on runs at the end were huge. So credit to our team. I know it's been a rough trip. I sat here last night and tried to explain that the sky was not falling. This is baseball. It happens. You go up, you go down. You just have to grind through it. And when it gets hard, you got to deal with it. Getting a win here, they always end up being crazy at the end. It's just the way the Rays are wired. They never quit, and we were able to get some huge outs. It says a lot for Thorny. That's his first career save. And it's about as tough as one as you can get. So he did a great job. He just executed pitches, and Garb did a great job.
Seattle returns home Friday to begin a weekend series at T-Mobile Park against Minnesota at 6:40 on Root Sports Northwest. Well, while the Mariners were winning, Houston also winning. They finished a sweep of Colorado with a 7-1 win. That keeps the Astros 4.5 games behind Seattle in the American League West. Texas fell to Milwaukee 6-5 in 10 innings. The Rangers are now 7.5 games back of first place. The AppleSox came from behind to beat Kelowna 7-5 last night at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. Voice of the AppleSox, Joel Norman, tells us Wenatchee trailed early but used another big frame to earn yet another series win in West Coast League Baseball.
The Wenatchee AppleSox earned their 7th consecutive victory against a North Division opponent as they earned a 7-5 win against Kelowna on Tuesday night at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. The AppleSox had to deal with an early deficit as they trailed 1-0 after the top of the first inning. They would go back and forth with the Falcons over the first few frames, and it would be a 4-4 score until the 6th inning when Jonathan Fitz delivered a 2-out, 2 RBI single to put Wenatchee in the front for good. Braden Boyd was terrific for the AppleSox in relief. He came on in the 4th inning and would go 4 1/3 innings, only surrendered 1 run, and struck out 4 men to pick up the victory. Wenatchee looks to earn its 3rd sweep of the summer as it faces Kelowna again on Wednesday night at 6:35 p.m. With your AppleSox update, I'm Joel Norman.
Max Hartman had a couple of hits and scored twice, while Cannon Peary returned to the lineup with a 2-for-4 night and 3 RBI. Game time tonight set for 6:35. You can hear it with Joel on the call on Sunny FM. Well, Edmonton kept pace with Wenatchee in the West Coast League's North standings after a 2-1 win over Bellingham last night. Nanaimo beat Kamloops 8-1. Corvallis caught Cowlitz 4-3. Portland peppered Yakima Valley 15-2. Bend rounded Ridgefield 10-4. Springfield walloped Walla Walla 17-5. Redmond topped Victoria in non-league play by a final of 8-1. Wenatchee's lead remains a half game over Edmonton in the North Division. Bellingham falls to 2.5 games back with a loss last night. Victoria remains 4 games out. One more win for Corvallis and the Knights will win the first half title in the South. They have a 3.5 game lead over Portland. Bend is 5.5 games back. Well, the Wenatchee Wild is already gearing up for a second season in the Western Hockey League, and now they know whom they'll play. Wenatchee released its home schedule today as broadcaster Austin Drawdy dropped by Wake Up Wenatchee Valley to discuss it with Dan Kuntz.
Last year, the schedule came together a little bit later with the move to the WHL, with Winnipeg moving to Wenatchee, changing conferences, changing a lot last year at the 11th hour. So there had to be some moving around and kind of take what you get. But this year, we start in the WHL right away, part of the scheduling process from the beginning. So yeah, we're able to pick up, I think, 23 Friday and Saturday night dates and 8 Sunday games as well, which were really good for us last year. A lot of above average crowds on Sunday afternoons, and
well, that's the perfect time. They dropped the puck at 4 o'clock. On Sunday afternoons, which for a lot of people works perfectly into their schedule.
It does. You're able to get home and have dinner at a decent time. The kids are able to get homework done before they go to bed. But at the same time, you're able to still have a little bit of afternoon, get some stuff done before you head to the rink, and hopefully catch us winning a hockey game that day. So 4:05 works out pretty well for the schedules, and I think it's been really well received by our fans. Obviously, the numbers seem to bear that out, too.
Wild ownership bought Winnipeg's franchise prior to last season and moved it to Wenatchee. Drawdy says it looks like all 22 teams are in good position moving into the future.
Right now, this is the league. We've got 22 great ownership groups, very committed. They put in a lot of resources to make things the best they can be for the players and the staff and their fans all across the league. So this is, I think things are going to be pretty stable. I don't see anybody dropping out, probably not expansion. The WHL is the biggest of the 3 Canadian Hockey League circuits. So I don't see any expansion, but I don't see any relocation. I know there have been some rumors. A story popped up yesterday up in Prince George that somebody wanted to buy them out and move them to Chilliwack, I think. But I know there was a statement that came out last night. I'm not sure. There's more details there than I can wrap my head around, so I won't worry about that.
Wenatchee begins the season September 21st at home against Seattle. You can see the home schedule on our website at NCWLIFE.com. For Wild tickets and more information, go to WenatcheeWildHockey.com. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a happy Wednesday.